You want fans booted out of arenas, but it's okay for you to talk shit? Question mark.
And the players that have come in for the Fever are much better than Bonner was for them. Arie McDonald has been a revelation.
Oh, at the beginning of the game, and my goodness, she looked like I looked for quite a while in this sucker. I gotta be real.
Then there's Aaliyah Boston, who's just played great all season long. She dominated a bunch of straight points in the fourth quarter.
Why did the Indiana Fever crowd BO DeWanna Bonner at Gainbridge Fieldhouse? And how did the team respond to her tough night?
They booed the hell out of DeWanna Bonner.
Stay tuned to find out how the fans' reaction fed into one of the most memorable moments of the season. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 83% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. Imagine walking into Gainbridge Fieldhouse expecting the usual electricity of a WNBA matchup, only to be greeted by a wave of boos aimed squarely at one player, DeWanna Bonner.
First 2 seconds. Coming in for Phoenix number 14, DeWanna Bonner.
This wasn't your average road game tension. It was personal. Bonner once lit up this court in Indiana Fever colors, carrying the hopes of the franchise, until her unexpected mid-season exit left fans and teammates stunned. That departure? It wasn't just a trade or a business decision. It felt like betrayal. For Fever fans, Bonner didn't just walk away. She walked away when the team felt closest to turning a corner.
To beat DeWanna Bonner in her return to Gainbridge Fieldhouse had to feel great for the fans there to see her vanquish.
You want fans booted out of arenas, but it's okay for you to talk shit? Question mark.
Right when they thought they had a shot at something special, she decided to hitch her wagon to a Phoenix Mercury squad already loaded with stars. The pain of her decision didn't fade over time. If anything, it simmered, especially as the Fever struggled to adjust after her departure. By the time she returned in a Mercury jersey, fans were ready to let her know exactly how they felt. The moment Bonner stepped out onto the hardwood, a deafening wave of boos crashed down. You could see the reaction hit her, stoic on the outside, but missing her first few shots hinted at what was brewing beneath.
Bonner booed in her return, which is to be expected, considering the circumstances in which she left.
It was loud. The fans really showed up on that. They did. They didn't let it slide.
For every missed layup or errant jump shot, the crowd grew louder, almost feeding off her struggles. And the Fever? They fed off it too. Arie McDonald, the young guard brought in to fill Bonner's shoes, played like someone who had a point to prove. Her career-high performance wasn't just a highlight. It was a statement.
We had Arie McDonald. She went absolutely bananas in the first half of this game.
This moment isn't unique in sports. Fans often cling to loyalty like glue, and stars who leave for what they think are greener pastures often become villains overnight.
And then there's Arie McDonald, who I talked about, and she shot the ball well with the Fever.
Studies even show that feelings of betrayal can deepen fan engagement, turning games into grudge matches fueled by emotion. And here, the Fever turned those emotions into a weapon. Bonner ended with only 4 points, a far cry from her usual dominance. Meanwhile, McDonald answered every missed shot with a bucket of her own. But this night wasn't just about Bonner. It was also about how the Fever showed their resilience and unity.
And the players that have come in for the Fever are much better than Bonner was for them. Arie McDonald has been a revelation.
Arie McDonald, Leah Boston, another 12 points from Sophie.
Caitlin Clark was sidelined by a groin injury, but you'd never have guessed it from her energy on the bench. If anything, she looked more locked in than some players who were actually on the court. From the opening tip, she was on her feet, clapping, shouting, and getting the crowd to match her intensity.
At the beginning of the game, and my goodness, she looked like I looked for quite a while in this sucker. I gotta be real.
And Caitlin Clark, extraordinarily happy about the events and the play that transpired.
One moment stood out. Lexi Hull and Natasha Howard clamped down on DeWanna Bonner, forcing a shot clock violation after a blocked shot. Clark jumped up immediately, throwing her arms in the air like they'd just knocked Phoenix out of the playoffs. It wasn't just excitement, it was contagious. You could see her teammates feed off it. Meanwhile, the Mercury bench told a very different story. As frustration mounted with clumsy turnovers and missed assignments, there was no energy, no spark. Even their stars sat quietly, staring down at the court like they couldn't wait to leave.
If you're Indiana, Bonner coming back in, and maybe there's some moments that the fans take extra joy in. Or
DeWanna Bonner, much to the Fever fans in attendance, much to their credit, they didn't play nice tonight. Good job.
For every moment the Fever were pulling together, the Mercury seemed to unravel. Clark's unifying presence on the sideline highlighted that difference in a major way. Even when she wasn't playing, she set the tone for the Fever, a team-first mentality where every defensive stop or hustle play got the same reaction as a game-winning shot.
Sealed this game. And then Phoenix just wouldn't go away. They wouldn't go away.
To say they're good without Caitlin Clark, which means they can be great with Caitlin Clark. And it was a great team effort.
Sports psychologists often talk about the power of shared triumphs. Teams that celebrate the small moments together, like a charge taken or a perfect transition stop, build trust on and off the court. That was Clark's role this game. She wasn't racking up stats, but her support gave her teammates the belief they could win without her.
Let's take a look at this. Sophie Cunningham came up big in the fourth. Aaliyah Boston came up huge.
Then there's Aaliyah Boston, who's just played great all season long. She dominated a bunch of straight points in the fourth quarter.
And it wasn't just the bench. With Clark waving a towel and leading cheers, Aaliyah Boston took over in the fourth quarter. She was unstoppable in the paint.
Including defense to offense. They're playing really, really good defense. Stephanie White has this team competing their butts off.
We don't want actual sports fans to consume our product. We don't want them to boo and heckle like actual sports fans do.
Finishing through contact, blocking shots, and grabbing boards like it was personal. Boston embodied the all-in mentality Clark had championed from the moment the game started. When the buzzer went off, the Fever didn't just secure a win. They proved that their chemistry, built on trust and resilience, was rock solid. All of this momentum leaves one question. How far can this team go once Clark is back on the floor? The Fever's win over the Mercury wasn't just about the scoreboard. It was a statement. Without Caitlin Clark, they showed they're not defined by one star,